Welcome back to Next Gen News. This is Matthew. I hope everyone's having a wonderful week. I know we have a lot of great news for you. Finally, the PlayStation has VRR support. I've been waiting for a while because my Sony TV had it about 2 months ago. Let's get into the news. And if you haven't subscribed and if you enjoy this content, please give us likes. It helps us a lot. And subscribe to this channel. We really appreciate it. We're almost at 300 and steamrolling forward. So, from the news of VRR, variable refresh rate hit the PS5 and rolled out this week. PS5 VRR games, all the PS5 games that support VRR. What PS5 games support VRR? I'll give you a list. So, what we're seeing now is PS5 VRR games that support variable refresh rate are Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Resident Evil Village, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, and Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered. Note that Sony has confirmed more games will support VRR in the coming weeks, but the above list pertains to those that support the feature right now. Also keep in mind that PS5 can force VRR in unsupported games, but that result may vary. And you do have that option in the PS5 to click that on. Now, some great news coming out of Naughty Dog, and something we've been waiting for, a new game. So, Naughty Dog has an unannounced remake currently in the works according to the LinkedIn profile for one of its former localization, quality assurance, and development support employees. Corey Hong's profile lists the support that they've worked QA on, including an unannounced multiplayer project that we've known about some time, and that appears to be the first potential confirmation of an unannounced remake project, and we think that it's going to be The Last of Us remake, which will be awesome. Immediate thoughts fall to The Last of Us remake for PS5, which has been long rumored now since Bloomberg's initial report a year and 16 days ago, to be exact. We've had hints of this job listings before, and people reporting that remake is not only development but potentially near completion. This, however, is the first time a project from Naughty Dog has been classified as an unannounced remake. Naughty Dog has yet to officially announce any remake or remaster of The Last of Us Part 2 respectively, but more on the signs that point to one in both of those projects being announced sometime this year. So that's great news. Now, out of Insomniac, one of our favorite studios, Wolverine. Yes, the upcoming game. Marvel's Wolverine developer Insomniac Games looks to have started motion capture for upcoming PS5 superhero title, if a Twitter posted by lead animator Mike Yosh is anything to go by. For the record, Yosh's resume confirms he's working on Marvel's Wolverine for PS5, and that image is posted at the motion capture stage. He accompanied the post with the following caption: "So peaceful and quiet, it will not be like this for long," and it's a picture of a warehouse, and Wolverine probably pops into it. Yosh has plenty of experience working with Insomniac Games on Marvel titles, having provided the cinematic for Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. Given that Marvel's Wolverine is still in the very early stages of production, it would make sense that motion capture performance have only just kicked off. So we can't wait for this game. Now to the differences between Xbox Game Pass and PS Plus Premium, which is going to be coming out in June. Let's break it down. I have both consoles. I'm enjoying the Xbox Game Pass. What I like about it, to be honest, is the game one releases. We just got MLB The Show. Really, this saves you, the $90 that you're going to be spending on each game. If you multiply that by 10, that's a lot of change, to spend on games, and that's what Game Pass gives to me. I'll see what PlayStation's going to do. One note is that Ryan is not going to give first day releases. He made that clear. We'll see if that's going to change in the future. But monetarily, this is how they compare. The Xbox Game Pass Ultimate price, American, is $14.99, and this is what you get. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate benefits. You get a library of 454 games across the 4 console generations. You can play on console, PC, and mobile devices. You can play Xbox Game Studios titles the day they release, like I've said. You get exclusive discounts and deals. You get cloud streaming. You get free in-game content. You get Xbox Live Gold included. And you also get EA Play included, early access, which PlayStation doesn't have. Now, the PS Plus premium price, because we're comparing apples to apples, is $17.99 monthly, so a little bit more. It includes all the perks from PS Plus Essential and PS Plus Extra tiers, cloud streaming access for original PS1, PS2, PSP, and PS4 games using PS4 and PS5 consoles, and PS5 PC available only in the regions where PlayStation Now is currently available. You also get timed limited game trials, additional 340 games from the PS1, PS2, PS3, and PSP generations. PS3 games only available for cloud streaming, so you don't get, again, the first-party games. It's a little bit more expensive, so you make the decision. If you don't care about being able to dip into a huge catalog of games on whim, then you'd better off sticking with the Xbox Live Gold or PS Plus Essential. They're around the same price and included the same benefits. Xbox doesn't charge for cloud storage, but this is including in PlayStation service. At the end of the day, it's up to you. If you want a whole slew of library of games, go with the Ultimate. If you don't care about that, or the early access and the EA Play, then PlayStation, right? I mean, or if you own both consoles, get both if you can afford it. And that's really how they break down monetarily. Now, the one big difference is that because of the supply chain issues right now in Asia, Xbox hardware sales hit new March record versus PlayStation. Now, I'll break down what exactly is going on in the world and why this is that. So, hardware sales should be up this year over the year, but they aren't. That is because of a lack of demand, though in fact Xbox set a new record simply because it was able to get systems into the supply chain. But Sony continues to struggle to manufacture enough PlayStations to meet even a fraction of the extreme demand of that platform. This enabled the Xbox and Switch to come out on top in terms of sales in the United States, according to industry tracking firm NPD Group. Xbox Series X and S was the best-selling hardware platforms of both March 2022 and the first quarter in dollars, which led both time periods in unit sales, NBT analyst Matt Pacanala said. It's always been hardware tracking has little to do with this demand. Instead, it continues to measure supply. That is especially true for new-gen devices from Sony and Microsoft, but for Microsoft in March, both demand and supply were relatively high. Xbox hardware's unit and dollar sales in March 22 set all new March highs for the platform, says Pacatella. Previous Xbox best were in March 2011 units and March 24 dollars, but that the dearth of the PlayStation 5 systems in putting obvious downward pressure on the market. Video game hardware dollar sales dropped 24% when compared to a year ago to $515 million. First quarter hardware sales reached $1.2 billion, a 15% decline versus 2022's future quarter. The lack of hardware likely contributed to a decline in software and accessory sales. That downward trend was true for both March and first quarter of 2022. That is your news for this week. Thank you so much for watching, and if you found this information valuable, please subscribe and like our videos and share. We'll be back next week, and always remember, game on!